mum is in her 70s and she recently got this iPhone, and it has helped her and not changed her life completely, but definitely benefited her. So my example is my mum's
8 seconds.
iPhone. Then we're going to ask ourselves if this idea is linked to the question. This is the most important thing. Is your example actually linked to the question, your main idea? So my main idea is going to be that it helps my mum communicate. So she is elderly. This is advanced technology, and it is benefiting her. So the answer to my question is yes. But if it was no, if I looked at this idea and thought, no, actually this isn't relevant to the question, it's not relevant to my main idea, then we would just start again. We'd go back up here, think of a real example, think of another one. And often when you do this, not every time, but sometimes they can be too personal. So we're just going to ask ourselves this question: is it too personal? If the answer is no, then we're done, and we can use this example. But because this is my mom's phone, it is very personal, it's just one person, so we need to make it more general. So how can we do that? Instead of my mum is an elderly person in the UK, so we could say, in the UK, millions of elderly people use iPhones to FaceTime their loved ones. So as you can see, by following this system, it is actually very, very easy to generate a real example
8 seconds.
that is relevant to the specific question and really helps you develop your main body paragraph. But not only that, you could actually use this during your idea generation phase. So you could read this question and think, who do I know that uses advanced technology and is elderly? My mum. What does she use it for? FaceTime. Why does she use FaceTime?
8 seconds.
To communicate with people. How does that benefit her? She won't get lonely, and if there's an emergency, she can contact them easily. So what I've done there is just created a main idea, an explanation, and an example very, very easily by following this system. So we've gone from the question down to the example. In the UK, millions of elderly people use iPhones to FaceTime
8 seconds.
their loved ones. Done.
Today, we're going to be looking at the 69 most commonly used words by real Band 7, 8 and 9 students so that you can improve not just your vocabulary, but massively boost your IELTS writing score. And in this video, I'm going to show you what those words are, how you can use them in your essays, and how they will help you massively improve your essays. At the end, as a special bonus, I'll also give you access to all 100 of those sample essays as a little gift from me to you. So the first word is viable. This means able to work or succeed. Synonyms of this word are feasible, workable, or the most common one would be possible.
8 seconds.
This is an adjective, and common collocations are
12
viable
seconds.
option or viable alternative. For example, the project is not a viable option without more funding. Let's look at how our Band 7, 8 and 9 students used this in their real essays. A viable solution is to heavily punish lawbreakers. So in your essays, you will often be asked to write about solutions or alternatives. So adding the collocation viable solution, viable option, viable
8 seconds.
alternative will hopefully boost your score. The next word is schooling. This means the education you get at school. Synonyms of this word would be education, learning, or training. And this is a noun. Common collocations of this word are primary schooling and secondary schooling. For example, good primary schooling is important for a child's future. And if we look at a sentence from the 100 essays, in Vietnam, the average class size is 20 students, which makes it difficult for educators to provide proper schooling for each student. Education is one of the, if not the most common topic for task 2 essays. So a very, very useful word, useful synonym to use in there instead of education, training, things like that. The next word is renowned. This means famous or respected.